Welcome to the channel, everybody. I'm Jeremy McGhee, and you all have been asking for a tour of the van. Well, now it's time. This is what I travel in. This is a 2019 Ford Transit. It's got the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine. It's got the it's all-wheel drive. It's got all the smart driving technology, the adaptive cruise control, the lane assist, the auto braking. I just installed this backwoods bumper and winch because I'm planning on going to Alaska, and this is a nice insurance policy. Hopefully I don't need to use it. And you can see the way they cut it. That's the radar for the adaptive cruise. The lights on this van are really cool. When you turn a corner, side lights light up, and they have the sea lights lit up for the running light, daytime lights. Coming around the side, I've got the BFGs and the Ultra rims. I do plan on getting a lift for this van. I know you guys are going to comment on that. They do rub a little bit when I hit bumps, but I am getting a lift. Coming around, I've got the Thule Hideaway awning. I did want originally a powered awning, but I read some stuff online of some nightmare scenarios of awnings coming out on the highway and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to reach that to fix it. This awning I can reach. It's super robust, and it works really good. And I'll show you putting it away later in the video. Here's my little barbecue setup. I do like to grill, and so I got this box from Illuminous. This box actually was discontinued. They don't make them with this door that folds down anymore. It's all side open doors. So they pulled this out of the basement. It was a blem because it was scratched, and they gave it to me for a good price. I attached these legs on here. These are removable. These are actually telescoping outdoor light posts, and they're the same threading and diameter as all the galvanized stuff. So I just attached the galvanized receivers on the back of the door and screw these legs in there and some little feet. And that way, when I have the door open, I can make this surface level. I got this this grill at REI. It's a Eureka. It's super small. I had a bigger one before, and this just takes up very little space. And I got this little windscreen online. I think it came from the UK or something. And then this was a nice little Amazon find. Just a multi-tool for barbecuing. It's even got your wine screw. It's pretty sweet. So all that together takes very little space. I've got a fire pit, a 5-pound propane tank, jumper cables and all that kind of stuff fits in here. And there's plenty of space left for all my tires, my spare parts, and all kinds of stuff. I just shove it in here, and there's tons of space. All right, coming around the other side. This is normally where I store my tools. I have everything pulled off right now because I took the van into VanDOit, and I still needed my tools while they were working on the van. Oh yeah, this is a VanDOit. I forgot to mention that. They are located in Kansas City, Missouri, and they're a great company. They're really good people. Man, if there's ever an issue or anything like that, they are on it. And I always say that these vans, because they're modular, and I'll show you all that inside of how it's modular, it's really good for a first-time van owner because you can change stuff. What do they say? Your first van you build for your enemy, your second van is for your friends, and your third van is for you. But your VanDOit, you can change. So your first van is for you. So this is, we installed these Molly panels here. These are really nice. So this is usually where I keep all my tool storage. Tools that I like use a lot, I keep right here. And I've got my hose for rinsing off my bike here in the back. I just kind of leave it attached to the door. And this is my hose, like my fill hose for the water system, which I can show you right here. This is a brand new water system they just developed. Here's the fill right here. Here's the relief valve if you need to empty it. I do have it winterized right now, so there's no water at all in here right now. And they put this nice outlet right here on the side, and you can see the water heater and cargo lights. These back doors are really cool because they lock in place. Lock in place like that, and I do more tool storage here. And what did I have here? A whole bunch of just random tools and stuff. And these doors, you hit this unlock, and you can and we put this handle here for this reason, so I can hold on to the door and hold on to myself, and slowly let the door open so that the tire doesn't hit the side. This is a 1,000-pound gear slide, I believe. And you just hit this little release lever, pull it way out, which makes it nice. I mean, whatever I have in here, I mean, just being in a chair, it's usually hard to reach, but I can usually pull this out and be able to reach stuff pretty easily. I do have rocker switches back here. There's a nice cargo light. There, I got the cargo light on there. I can hit other lights and stuff like that. Oh, exterior lights. This is super nice. I was actually hooking up a trailer on here the other night, and this light was the perfect thing to have. Works super well. These platforms right here are a pretty cool thing. It's a company in California called Access Trax, TRAX, and what these do, I fold these out in front of the van, and it gives me a hard surface to roll on if I'm ever, camping on a rough surface or off grid or anything. Those are lifesavers, actually. Okay. These right here are little ramps that VanDOit made me to load my bike in, which I'm going to show you how that's done. Everyone's asking me all the time, how do you get your bike in your van? Well, I'm going to show you. And it starts. Oh, this one I need to put out after I get the bike lined up here. So I'm gonna put this back just for a second. I made a nice little stow spot for them. Works pretty good. Okay. Kind of just get it generally lined up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Not too bad. Actually going to raise the bed a little bit. We installed this switch for the bed on the outside so that I could use the bed to pull the bike in. Boom. Okay. This little gadget right here is called a tie boss, and it's a game changer. It makes it kind of acts as like a 2-in-1. and makes it super easy to hoist the bike in. Highly recommend this product. Not sponsored by them or anything. It's just something that I found that's really useful. This is kind of the only part that takes a little time. Just feeding this thing through the rope through. That's it. Is it reach? Did I give it enough slack? Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. And I just got to make sure the crank is out of the way, because it will get caught on that. Okay. This thing's super cool. It's really easy to lock the rope in. See how easy that is? This is heavy. Like, I can't lift this front end on my own. But with this, it makes it super easy. And then I can kind of like use the bed. And then it just, boom, locks in. Super cool. And now it's high enough where I can get underneath it and finish the job. My blocks are in the way back there. I mean, how long did that take me? Like, I mean, less than 10 minutes total. Not bad at all, really. It used to not be like that. It used to take me a lot longer. I'm gonna put these away. This can be a little tricky putting this one in because the bolts like to hit. Yep, the bolt hit. Oh well. I'll fix it later. Okay, that's it. That's my bike in there. And I'll just unlatch that so that it's loose. Actually, you know what? I can use the gear slide to take this rope off. So I pull this out. And then the bike will be closer to me. And then I can take this off. And then I'll show you inside. We cut a wheel chock in the floor that I pull the rear wheel into. And it works really good. Locks the bike in place. Boom. She's gonna roll a little bit until I pull the wheel over. All right, I'll show you that wheel chock. So then I just come to the side over here to finish the job. Boom. See this, we cut the floor right here. It's just, maybe an inch and a half deep. And I just pull the wheel in there. And she's locked. She's good. She's not going anywhere. Okay, so this lift is awesome. It's called a super arm lift. It's made by a company called Handicaps Inc. Their website is terrible. But this is the best lift out there, really. I had a platform lift in here before. Terrible. Do not get a platform lift in one of these vans. Get this lift. I've really simplified this thing a lot, actually. it comes with this rotating sleeve on here and heavy chains and also straps that stay on your chair. So I've simplified it. I've removed all that and done this webbing that I just got off Amazon. These strong carabiners I got off Amazon. And then my wheelchair manufacturer, they're actually called Hands-On Concepts. They're in San Diego. They make the best chairs on the market. They're all titanium, and they'll customize anything on the chair you want. For example, I had them weld this bead along the side guard, and then I just drilled holes in the carbon fiber so I can just click that on like that. Way better, way more clean than having these straps that stay on your chair. And then it just hoists you up, pulls you in. I do have to hold on since it's a 2-point hoist. Set you down inside, unclick. And then this right here, this Velcro is kind of getting old. I got these straps. So this is a bug wall that I have here, which is key in the summer. You have to have it. Because when you have the door open and the lights on in the summer, every single bug in the area just comes inside your van. So you have to have a screen door. That's what this is. This is called, by a company called Bug Wall, I think. Well, the product is called the Bug Wall. Anyways, I put these straps on there and the Velcro is given out, so I have to get better ones. If anybody has a recommendation for straps, please let me know in the comments. And then this just stows away. These click on eyelets I have up here, because otherwise this swings and hits the window. So I just click these on this eyelet here, boom, and I'm in. I have my water right here. I actually use this for my chair sometimes. When my wheels are dirty at the beach or just whatever mud, I'll just hang outside the van on this and I'll spray my wheels down and wipe them and clean them off before I get in. And then, yeah, my wheels are wet, but I'm not getting a whole bunch of dirt in here. Welcome to the inside. I opted to get a rotating driver seat. The mobility installer installed that. VanDOit does not do that normally. I think they will. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. It's kind of high maintenance to rotate that. And I'll show you when I convert back to drive mode. That's not the easiest thing to do. I really like it though, because it really obviously makes more space, opens up the space, really ties the room together. This is a hybrid smart TV computer monitor. When I'm set up in camp mode, I usually have it right here. I can kind of position it anywhere. I can push it back a little further. Oh, is that as far back as it goes? I'm going to break it. I just installed this arm semi-recently. Yeah, that's about as far back as it goes. It does go back. Oh, yeah. There we go. So it goes back in there if I want it out of the way. I can point it here. I can set it up against that wall. But when it's against that wall, that's actually my favorite spot for it. But it kind of interferes with the sink. So I got to be like not using the sink. This is a good spot though, because I can see it from the bed. And got my little editing station set up for you here. I turn the monitor, boom. And I have my little smart keyboard set up right here. And the surface on this table works. Oh, that was your lens cap. The surface, I put my smart keyboard right here, and I have my my mouse, and the surface on this table works perfect with my mouse. So that's my remote editing station right there. Works really good. And here, I'll just put this right here so you can see back here. I installed this curtain with this track, and it works perfect. I do have window covers that I'll use once in a while when it's really cold because they're insulating. So I'll put those on a really cold night, but usually I don't use them at all. I've got them stored up here, and I usually just use the curtain. Honestly, I rarely ever use those. This was a later addition. This overhead shelf was not here. this is perfect. This is where I store all my gear. I don't have anything in here right now because I had to clean everything out for when they were working on the van. But I put this here. I just found this on Amazon. This goes on here with Velcro. I have all my gloves, like kind of lightweight stuff in here, and smaller stuff that could get lost up in the shelf. I put my drone and its case goes up here. My bike batteries I put up here, and I just use this outlet to charge them. My jackets go here. My ride gear, honestly, it's perfect for just stuffing stuff. My elbow pads. I think there's actually an elbow pad like stuck back there right now. It works really, really good. And these handles work really good for transferring in and out of the seats. This was a really, really good addition. If you're going to get one of these vans, make sure you get this overhead shelf and bulkhead. So the reason why we installed that was so we could put this sink in, because it gave us a mount point for the sink over here. As you can really just rotate and put the monitor out of the way. That's pretty cool. I've never put it like this before. That's pretty awesome. Can you see this right here? Actually, this is the LevelMate Pro leveling system. It connects with an app on your phone, and it tells you how level your van is. It actually works really great. I'll turn it on as I'm pulling into a spot and look at my phone. I'll find the flattest spot possible, and then it tells you how much you need to raise each wheel to level forward and back and side to side. And I just use blocks and just drive up on the blocks. I don't like using the blocks. They're high maintenance and just, whatever, paraplegic life. Getting in and out of the van to level it is kind of pain in the ass, but that works for now. The van being level is very important for if you're in a chair. You'll even see me, like I'm holding on right now because we're in my driveway and it's slightly angled forward. So having the van when it's not level, it's very uncomfortable being in a chair. And then like transferring up to the bed, which I'll show you in a couple minutes, that can be very precarious if the van is not level. So if you're in a chair and you're getting a van, I highly recommend looking at auto leveling systems. Once I get a lift for this, I'm probably going to install an auto leveling system. It's not cheap. They're very expensive. And there's pros and cons to everything, but I'm going to do it just because you can pull to a spot, push a button, and your van is level. You'll lose clearance, but I'll probably put the suspension on airbags, so there'll be park height and drive height, so the airbags will raise the chassis up for drive height, and then you'll gain clearance with the posts for the auto leveling. Pros and cons to everything. Having the van level and not having to get in and out and push through rocks and dirt to like get the blocks in place. I'd rather just have it auto leveling. So this has changed a bunch. If you saw my last video, which was 2 years ago, there was no sink here. Actually, I had a sink under the bed here. It was a drawer sink that pulled out right here. And as cool as that looked, it didn't really work for me. One, it didn't drain very well. I had to kind of raise the bed for the sink to drain. And then to use the sink, I had to put the bed away. Like this folds up, this leaf folds up right here. And I had to, every morning, fold the bed away in order to use the sink. And I didn't like that. This way, with the sink here, I can set up the bed and leave it. The reason why we did that in the beginning, though, is because I did have that platform lift, which took up a bunch of space, and there was no room to have anything here. I needed the space for turning around. Once I switched out the lifts, I was able to remove the drawer sink, put a sink here, because having this lift opened up a bunch of space. The fridge used to be on the gear slide back there for that same reason, but then after we changed the lift, I was able to put it here And this is brand new. I'm really stoked on this drawer slide. I found this drawer slide on eTrailer.com, and it's literally the perfect exact dimensions for this fridge. And I pull her out, and got some cold Sierras. What do we got here? Ooh, it smells good in there. Got some mimosa, hard booch, some pale ales. Oh guys, I keep this super cold. Got some hop splash. Ooh, I might have one of these right now. The fridge, I don't really use for food. It's really only for beverages. I share, and I meet people on the road, and I'm meeting friends and riding with friends, and so that's always stocked full of beverages. If I put vegetables or greens in there, they freeze because I keep it so cold for beers. So for that reason, I do a lot of dehydrated meals. I found these meals on ReadyWise. They were the cheapest. I've researched so in depth on dehydrated meals. These ones are the cheapest. They're not the best, but I want to say it was like closer to like $7 or $8 a pouch, where usually they're more like other brands are, $13, $14 a pouch. And I don't want to be doing dishes in my van, so I have my hot pot right here. It's a collapsible hot pot, super cool. This thing is dope. Actually, I have to have my coffee in the morning, and sometimes if you ever stay in a hotel, I do a lot of traveling for speaking and stuff like that, and I'll be in my hotel room and there's no coffee or there's an issue with the coffee setup. So I actually just throw this in my duffel bag when I travel, and I use the Starbucks instant Via coffee. Actually, I just started researching different instant coffees. If you have any suggestions, if you found one that you really like that's good, I like dark roast, and the Starbucks one is really good. But if there's one you recommend, definitely let me know in the comments. So this is where all my food and kitchen stuff lives, up here. And we did install these Molly panel covers. Usually VanDOit does bungee covers, but I don't like that. I like the stuff in the cabinet to be hidden a little bit. And these are dope. This is really high quality aluminum, and we put these really strong hinges on here. This has come open on me twice while I was off-roading pretty good, though. It was basically a major earthquake in here as I was off-roading. And it did come open, and only a couple things fell out. But that's very, very rare. It works really good. I'm gonna have this. Sparkling water with hops. It's freaking amazing. So good. Okay, so, oh yeah, you got to have a paper towel holder in your van. You have to. And I just found this for like $12 on Amazon, and it's the clicky one, so it doesn't unroll on you. Finding where I was going to put that took forever. Here's my little sink. I got a little stick-on mirror for the underside of the sink. It works really good. I rarely ever look in the mirror. So that's probably important, just to know if I have a booger or something. And then we just cut this little cubby in this sink just a couple weeks ago. This used to be just a full flat cover, and I just stuffed stuff on the side here. But I was like, I want a cubby for my phone and for charging cameras and my watch and stuff like that. So this is a perfect little cubby for that. And with the lip right here, nothing's going to fall out. I probably should talk about how these vans are built and why they're modular. So you see it's built out all this 80-20 extrusion, and you could really build anything. You can go to 8020.com, and if you have your project all spec'd out, you just plug in that information, and all the pieces and hardware come to you. Everything's pre-cut and ready to go, and you just build it. It's like adult erector set. Do you remember erector? It's awesome. You can build anything. And so VanDOit, when a van comes in, they do their thing. They put in all the skeleton, and then you pick and choose which components you want. And they put them in, and they're really easy to remove and change. You could keep your cost way down by doing a minimalistic build and then add stuff later even. That's why I tell people, like, hey, just get a van, do a minimalistic build, basically have a bed, and then just, add a sink later, add all that stuff later, which you can do with this model. When adding the bulkhead and the overhead shelf, that comes with this runner bar here, which is cool. It's a new thing that they just started doing semi-recently. So they don't have too many options for building stuff off of it yet. So I'm looking for ideas of how to make use of that. One big use of that I have is this right here. This is my arms for my shower curtain. I'll show you how this works. I'll show you the bathroom now. Oh yeah, my drink. Put this up here. That's good there. I'm just going to move this water jug. Can you see this okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my little transformer bathroom. I won't go through everything on how it's done, but I have a Thetford cassette toilet here. I had a different one, like the smaller one before, but I switched out and got their tallest one, which I highly recommend. It's almost like regular toilet height. That's great. These doors open up, and I just rotate this toilet. See it all right?
Yeah.
And then here's my curtain right here, sits right here, and I just attach it to these arms, and I pull this water over, this hose over here. That's pre-mixed, so it's already hot, and I do my business and I take my shower. VanDOit does not really do bathrooms. But paraplegic life, I have to be clean. I have to shower. I need to take care of myself. So we came up with this. It's been a work in progress, and where it started and what it is now is like almost completely different. This is awesome. And it's been a process over 2 years, and I think like it's finally buttoned up. Like we just did some modifications on it, and this is really, really good. And the reason why we did the bathroom like this, a half bathroom that transforms instead of a full bathroom, is this is my transfer platform to get up to the bed. I'll show you how that works. Dun, 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 dun. I installed another switch for the bed inside here, so I can lower the bed all the way down, and you can see my bike fits perfect. So to get the bed down all the way. Boom. This is a weighted blanket. Usually you're either a weighted blanket person or you're not. I'm a weighted blanket person. I love it. It locks all your heat in. And so like I am so toasty warm in here pretty much no matter like how cold it is with this blanket. It works so good. I have an S-bar heater and that works amazing. If you're getting a van, that's like, I get the question all the time, well, what's one thing that you must get in a van? And my answer always is get the S-bar or the Webasto heater. The VanDOit uses the S-bar. It's gold. It'll save you. So I'll show you how this works. Let's come up here. And now it's a little tricky because the van is not flat. So this transfer is a little precarious since the van is tilted. Boom, just like that. And then I put my little legsies up here. And then we put this handle right here. And I push off this. And boom. Hello. Welcome. I have my air conditioner here, which I rarely ever use. There's a Dometic has a new one out. It's a 12 volt. I guess it's the same footprint as the Max fan, which I do have too. I have a Max fan right above you in the ceiling right here. That's the other thing that's a must get. The heater and the Max fan you must get in your van. I almost always you have that on drawing air out. All you do is crack your windows and it gets really good circulation in here. This summer I was camping in Joshua Tree. It was 91 degrees at night. I was there for a meteor shower. It was awesome. And I just cracked the windows and ran the Max fan, and it was actually chilly in here, even though it was 91 degrees outside. So that's how I get up to bed. My air conditioner, I don't really use that often. And if I do, I'm rarely ever plugged in. I'm always boondocking. So if I do run it, I usually turn on the engine to offset the power draw. And in that case, since it's a passenger van, I could just use the regular, the proprietary air conditioning since it's a passenger van. So this is not a must. What I want to do, and this is really cool, I want to take this out and put in a skylight. The skylights I'm looking at are very similar footprint. I think one is actually the exact same. And then I want to, when I open it up, I want to install a switch for the bed where I can reach it from up here and then use the bed to lift me through the ceiling. Wouldn't that be dope? And then I could stargaze and everything and launch my drone and everything from the ceiling. We installed some custom rocker switches here so I can control all the lights from the bed. Normally they just do one rocker switch panel, but they installed this custom for me, which was really cool. This cabinet is usually where I usually keep bedding and some clothes up here. When I'm on the road, I live really simply. I don't need much. I live out of a bag, and I usually just keep it on top of the bathroom right there. I just keep my bag. And with my bag on there, there's enough space for me to transfer still. This cabinet is where I keep all my bathroom stuff, soaps, condoms, all the necessities. What else? I think that's it for up here. Oh yeah. And then in the morning, I'm all groggy. I'm just like, oh, I need coffee. So I just kind of like jump down. Oh, sometimes that can be a little precarious. Oh, I should probably show you. Oh, you know what? I'll show you how the bed folds away now. So the bed does fold up. The mattress is not gonna fold perfect because that's gonna be in the way. But it does fold up. Yeah, see, the blanket's gonna stop it a little bit. But this folds up here, which is nice. And you can see how well the bike fits in here. Like, it's not stopping me from doing anything. I can fit right in here with the bike. It's a little tight, but I'm in a van, Oh, let's see if I can get this to go. There it goes. And then I can just raise the bed up. This is nice because then this acts as a shelf here. What I should probably get is a cargo net to put across here because I do throw stuff up here and then drive. I should probably get a little cargo net. I've got the Wii Boost in here, the signal booster, which works really well, actually. If you look online, there's mixed reviews for the Wii Boost, but I found it works really good for me. It usually gives you another bar or two of service. So when you're like off-roading or whatever, and you need your navigation, and you're in the middle of nowhere, that works pretty good. Hey, I should show you where I put my water jug and everything. It's kind of, van life is kind of playing Tetris. So I usually keep my water jug right here. This is actually a camp stove. So if I am going to cook in here, that's what I use. And this all kind of fits in here. And I lock in my water bottle like that. Boom. That's locked. Can you see over here?
Yeah.
So we had this space here, and we didn't know what to do with it. And I found this little, like, under-counter organizer. It was a gamble. Is it going to fit? I cut the feet off, and so it gives me a little catch-all. Oh, there's my remote! I thought I lost it. I got to tell Nick that I found it. And then we put these little latches on here, and this is just kind of like utility catch-all drawer. Oh, it's kind of off track right now, but that's pretty cool. Utility drawer. I've got my little trash can right here, but this works pretty good. And then this space right here, we're like, what are we going to do with this? The space between the lift and the bed cabinet. And I was like, oh, I can just put a frame, and I can use it for storing like longer things. It's really hard for me to reach the windshield to clean it, so I keep that in there. My vacuum sits there. I carry my Dyson with me on the road, and that goes there. It works pretty good. What else we got? Okay, yeah, there's my DC outlet here. I have the Wii Boost and the refrigerator plugged into the DC outlet. And so those two things will run with the inverter off. That's why. And there's I guess there's less of a power draw. But for me, I like being able to turn the inverter off, and the fridge and the Wii Boost will still run off of it. Where all the controls are here, you got the inverter controller here. You got the AC controller here. Rocker switches for all the lights. And then the heater control is actually behind this cabinet. I left it. We moved these all over. Everything used to be over here. But I wanted it all over here so I could reach it better, and I wanted this cabinet here. But I left the heater control behind this cabinet because I want to be able to reach it from the bed. Also, I've got 400 watts of solar on the roof. We're getting a little bit of a draw right now because I got all the lights on and the inverter running. 51%. I should probably plug her in. So there is shore power plug on the outside, and a plug for external solar panels as well. So you could plug in your external solar panels and angle those for the sun. But I like having all these controls here, a lot easier to reach. And then the solar panels, there's two 200-watt solar panels on the roof. And I have found with that setup that I really don't need to manage power very often at all. I'm usually pretty good. All right, so I removed the Lagoon table, my editing station, and I'm going to show you how I swivel the seats, which is a little high maintenance, so bear with me. And I'm going to put the curtain away, swivel the seats, and then show you how I transfer to the driver's seat. So it's a little bit of a process, but it's not bad. I've got these little bungees that hold the curtain in place. And these are powered seats, so they're I got to move them forward so that the curtain can slide. This curtain is actually awesome. A few of my friends have gotten this now because I got it. It's actually made by a company, ready to go. It comes with the track and everything you need, and it's a blackout curtain too, so it actually keeps it really dark in here. I want to say it was like not even $150. Like, I'll put a link in the description. And it came within a few days. It was really quick. Really quick. Oh, I gotta move this forward a little more. So yeah, so you see it's a little bit of a process to get it back. Yeah, see it's hitting the steering wheel. Put it forward. And then these little wheels, since we drilled it into the bulkhead, there's a bolt that sits right there. The wheels like to get caught. So I just do that. No, it's not too bad, you know. Usually when I pull into a spot, I just I crack a beer and then I convert to camp mode. And I've got another little bungee over here that I use to hold the curtain in place, to pull it back so it doesn't block the window at all. I just kind of put it around this. Boom, boom, boom. Ta-da! The curtain is put away. And then, okay, so to rotate the driver's seat, it has to be all the way forward, all the way up, and leaned all the way forward. So getting it in that position first. Okay, it's already all the way forward. It's all the way up, and then lean all the way forward. And it moves so slow, it's so annoying, but it is what it is. I kind of wish they weren't powered seats. It'd be a lot easier and a lot faster. Okay. It's ready. And then it rotates. Boom. Locked in place. Okay, so now I'm going to jump in the passenger. I'm going to rotate the passenger seat and jump in it. Oh my God, my TV turned on. Can you hear it? That's funny. Now, when I'm just driving every day, the seat's not rotated. It's already in position. So I don't have, this is only when I'm converting from camp mode back to drive mode. Boom. Not a bad transfer here. This is a little awkward because I gotta reach over the seat to the controls. So I move it all the way back again. It just moves super slow. This is probably the most annoying thing in the van if you want a swivel seat. Well, and then all the way down. And almost there. Boom. So it's quicker to load my bike than to rotate the seat. So funny. And then I kind of slide this a little forward. I got to be careful with my leg right there because it'll hit the track. And then I transfer in. And that's weird how it does that. I don't know why it's all tight like that. Oh yeah, here's my little window vents. I put these in the window when I'm in camp mode usually. Forgot to put them in, but those work pretty good. There's tons of options. You know, honestly, the only reason why I got this one was because I needed them fast, and it was the only one that I could get fast enough. And it works pretty good. They just live up there. And then I'm driving. let's go. I just do the reverse. That's it. All right. And then to come out of the van, see, I'll turn all the lights off because they're right here. Might as well. You know, it's kind of awkward. This is kind of in your face, but it's not that big a deal. Click it on. And make sure the beaners are in the right position. Not too bad. And this door is pretty cool. This is see if it'll do it with that leaning on it. Oh yeah, it still works with that leaning. Power door, you just hit it once. I don't know if they're doing the power door I heard that they're not doing the power door anymore. I love it. I couldn't imagine not having it. One thing I forgot to mention is that water tank is 22 gallons. And then the water heater holds, I guess, 3 gallons. So that's about 25 gallons of water on board. And I do have a 22 gallon gray tank underneath. So that works pretty good. That's enough water for me. I couldn't imagine having more because that 22 gallons of water is heavy. I've noticed that this is actually a brand new tire, so this one's not worn, but since I've had that water tank installed, I've noticed that this tire wears a lot faster. So, you know, there's pros and cons to everything. If you want a bunch of water on board, that's really heavy, and there's going to be, you know, a domino effect of other things that happen because of that. 22 gallons is kind of perfect level for me. It works good. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I put this awning away. And when I take it out, I just do all these steps exactly in reverse. And see, it's really robust, so I can pull it down to me, and then the legs kind of weight it when they're hanging so I can reach it. That's step one. Forget. Yeah, so I pull it down to me like this. Boom, there's one. Two. Now I can put it away. And then to get this out, you have to make sure it's perfectly vertical, and you rotate it, it slides out. If it's not perfectly vertical, it won't work. And this just stores inside. Done. All right, now I'm going to show you taking the bike out. I'm going to make sure this is out of the way. So here's where the gear slide comes in handy. The hook on here is kind of hooked on my bike, so I didn't get it off good enough when I worked on it earlier. So I can slide this out and then slide the bike to me and then I can reach it. That's a really good use. See, it's got tangled in here. So if I didn't have this gear slide, like this would be really tough for me to reach. Boom, now it's all untangled. And to get the bike out, I'm gonna put the gear slide back in. And I just roll it down using the brakes to slow it down. So it'll start to go, and then I grab the brake. Just like that. She's ready to go. Okay, that's my van in a nutshell. If I forgot something or there's something that you want to know about, definitely ask me in the caption. And can't think of anything else. That's it. Thanks for watching. Oh, look at that nice blood splatter. That's a good one. That's a good one.